I did say to the cabinet that we would like to do is I would like to work with the student officers next year and task force of students, if you will. And I really want to look at the whole Rose Rock experience and figure out how do we do it outside in a way that we really know there's some safety measures around. And that may be even bringing in a security consultant to help us think about this open campus we have, and are there ways to work it so that we can have this event outside and at least feel some greater sense of safety that I have to feel comfortable.
Katie, as a student who's attended many events in the gym, like a very crowded basketball game, and nothing that's ever really been unruly, I'm legitimately worried about safety inside the gym. If something were to occur inside the gym, anything that would rile people up, I think that it would take too long to get out. You couldn't get away. And I think that it would just be so crowded. So, like, I'm just envisioning significantly more safety problems inside the crowded gym than could ever occur on the lawn. So I was wondering if you really think the potential for injury, because that's what you said, you cited as one of the reasons for moving it inside. Do you think the potential for injury is really decreased by moving it inside? And what's the most people that gym has ever held? Has there been an event that has 800 plus people ever held in the gym? And like, how did that go? Was it a concert, or was it everyone sitting in chairs listening to an educational speaker? Because I don't see that gym being packed with 800 plus people being safe whatsoever.
Well, we've had Rose Rock in the gym before when the weather's been inclement outside, so we do have the experience of having Rose Rock in the gym. And exiting the gym, you would be able to exit from 4 different directions in the gym. There's just not the one exit out of the gym. So, and actually in working with facilities and the fire safety person on campus, we have to be sure that those exits are free and clear for people to be able to exit. So that's the placement of the stage and all of that has been taken into consideration. So again, yes, we have had events in there. We had Relay for Life in there one year because it was raining. People set up tents in the center of the gym and slept overnight in the gym. So we've had some major events in there with fairly large numbers. And just to go back to the numbers, the gym, we were told that legally we can have 1,400 people in there, 1,458 or some number around 1,500. Historically, Rose Rock, even outside, has numbered somewhere around 700 or 800.
My question, though, is I'm aware that Rose Rock wasn't this when I first came here. So when it was inside, there was not nearly as many people as have traditionally gone in the past 3 or 4 years, as well as the stage will be taking up a significant part of the room, plus whatever activities such as the bounce arounds, whatever. Boxing. So I don't see with those 2 items in there blocking a lot of the free room. I feel very uncomfortable about how safe that's going to really be, and I don't think it's going to be that many. It's going to hold 1,500 people, or even 800.
Lori, did you have a response?
Oh yeah, just going off of what you said. With the students, how hot is it going to be in there? Because I'm kind of concerned with like the health of students. Like, they overheat and like, I don't think they're going to die, but I'm just saying like they're going to get like extremely hot and like, I don't know, they're going to pass out on the floor or something. Like, how does the airflow work in the gym if there's no window?
Well, for that type of event, we'll have to make sure that the air conditioning is turned on and running for that day, and we'll have to have it on a pretty high level, which they do when they have major events in the classes.
Okay.
Sorry, can you just state your name first?
Yes, I'm Ian Benjamin. I'm one of the editors for the Chronicle. I have a question. I hear that the administration may plan on moving Rose Rock, even though it will be indoors this year, outdoors possibly in years succeeding that. Is including in the discussion, like how to contain the event to possibly St. Rose students, or and to at least increase the security measures. Perhaps there could also be someone brought in, possibly from within the school or from outside, who could find out why it is that the noise spillage occurs, and perhaps orient the stage such that that no longer occurs. Just a constructive idea.
No, I think that's a good idea. And we actually, the first year it happened, it was actually really quite surprising to us, and we tried to do some modification after that. And we did actually have, I don't know if we had someone come in, or it may have been someone from the music department actually that came over, and they did talk about somehow creating almost like a band shell, if you will, that would surround the stage behind it. And to be honest with you, I can't even tell you now why we haven't done that. But I know we had that conversation. But again, as I said, we would bring a security consultant in, but maybe it's also time to think about sound. And again, I think we have people putting on our own facts.
That's what I was thinking. Yes.
Wait, you're on the list. You're on the list. You're on the list. Kate, you're on.
Yeah.
Victoria.
My main concern about holding such a large-scale concert in the gym, related to what you were saying, is I think about Artist Fest when we have a significantly smaller band, and even then I have a really hard time hearing the actual music and the vocals because the acoustics in the gym are really not up to par. And I'm just wondering how that is going to work out with such a huge-scale band with all of their equipment, everybody going, this level of excitement is going to be different. Thoughts of that?
I don't think that would be fun.
Connor.
I haven't thought of that. That certainly would be. I know that the world of physics sound is certainly one of the. So thank you.
Blaze, you're on the list.
No, already done.
Lloyd.
So I need. My name is Lloyd Smith. Music student here. One of the things you mentioned was that Rose Rock is a fun, playful event for everyone to kind of enjoy something, have a great time. As a music student, I also view it as an opportunity for not only music students but other students on campus to showcase original music, to showcase the music themselves out, connect with fans. It also is a great time for the vendors. And a bunch of vendors came from last year with some different shirts and things. I don't feel that the gym is going to be conducive to that environment. I've sent a couple emails concerning this. We'll also start a petition. Everyone's told me that they'll sign it, but it's not really worth it. It's not going to change the decision. This right here says that we should have a say. And I feel like not letting us have a say really isn't fair to people who pay your salaries for recreation. And that's a big thing to consider. Considering one of the big reasons why I came here was to have these opportunities to be able to connect with people through these events.
And I would be glad to have it. Because I do think, although I know, you know, to be honest with you, making the decision, and the cabinet making the decision, these aren't easy decisions to make. I knew going into this that you weren't going to be happy with the decision. I mean, I know that. I mean, I was a student at one time too who actually went here to school. So, you know, I certainly understand that. And my hope is that, again, we can get through this year, move forward to next year, and figure a way to do this in a better way so that we can have it back outdoors. The petition says to me, what the petition says, and what the responses say to me, is that students are concerned and students are interested in what happens on this campus. And for me, that's positive because, to be honest with you, I so often hear that there's great apathy on this campus. And I've never believed that, but there are people, and you've all heard that there's apathy on this campus. And this just gives an incident where we can see that there's not really apathy on the campus. Students are very interested and very concerned about what their life is like on this campus. So, you know, I can just tell you that, you know, the decision was made, and I'm sorry it had to be made this year, but I really hope that going forward we can work together, we can make this a better event in the future. And I do appreciate all of your comments, and I'm not, I don't want you to think I'm ignoring the comments. I am taking into account everything you say. I just can't say to you that we're going to change our decision.
Okay, right now the list is closed, but we do have some more people. Just Abby?
I just don't understand why noise is a concern when it ends at 7 p.m. on a Saturday.
Well, it has to do with our good neighbor policy as a college and reaching out to our neighbors. And it's just one of those items when you live in an urban area you've got to be concerned about. You've got to be concerned about, you know, the neighborhood that you live in. So that's why. I mean, it's just a matter of being a good neighbor to your neighborhood. I don't think, to be honest with you, I think that when we made the adjustments to the sound, it hasn't diminished really the sound on campus. You know, we don't turn it down so it's, you know, whisper, but it just kind of helps to not have neighbors calling. You know, the police who then have to come here, tell us to turn the music down, or if we continue to get complaints, we're going to have to shut us down. So it's a matter of just working with, you know, the neighbor.
And I just have one more question. Is Fountain Day is like back on next year? Is Rose Rock going to be outside? You said that was like one of the main.
Fountain Day has been postponed to 2014. To be honest with you, I think what university is going to be doing is kind of what we're doing, which is to have a task force that's going to revisit Fountain Day and see how they're going to manage that. They're giving themselves 2 years to do that. We're saying that we can be ready by next year.
Gigi?
First, I do want to thank everyone, especially Sol, for putting, going through this and putting this event, because I'm sure you're getting a lot of crap for this who don't deserve that. So I want to thank you for, and I do want to say I am happy the event is still on. But as a student at this school, I believe that unity is very important. And this event, being inside, has torn the school apart because
president's cabinet is made up of the vice presidents of the college and other